If we could all stand for the pledge.
Because I was there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome to the May 1st Town Hall Board meeting. Notice the exits behind you on both sides and to our right. Please put all electronics on vibrate. I'd like to make a motion to come out of executive session with no action taken.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, we didn't do roll call.
Oh, yeah, Kathy, why don't we do roll call for
That would be
a
good.
change?
That would be nice. Thank you. Councilman Cypress?
Here.
Councilman Larka?
Here.
Councilwoman Lewis? Here. Councilman Mazzata?
Here.
Supervisor Durante?
Here. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to open a public hearing.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
It's, the public hearing tonight is to amend the local law 108.14, confidentiality of rental registration. Basically, we are taking names off of rental registrations so that the items can be foiled and people aren't identified on these registrations. Is there anyone from the public that would like to come up and speak?
I don't know.
To move that.
Alex, move your,
Oh,
the sign
The
there
sign in front of you?
Oh,
We didn't get the sign language.
I was going to do this.
So no one from the public would like to speak. Anyone from the board would like?
Nope.
No?
It's pretty
Nope.
All right, so I'll
self-explanatory.
make a motion to close the public hearing with a 5-day
written comment.
written comment period.
Second? Sorry.
I'm sorry, you were right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, sorry guys, we're fooling around too much. Okay, so we can go right into our work session. So what I'm gonna do is, our first discussion, I'm gonna change it up a teeny bit. We're gonna have the beautiful people from the school come up and speak with us a little bit about their budget and what's going on. Victor and Michelle. I must say, before you guys start talking, I'm very, very happy with dealing with you guys. I feel like, you know, Scott's here every week and he tells us what's going on and, like, there's kids coming to our meetings. So it's pretty neat, you know. I never thought I'd be involved with the school again like this.
No, we appreciate the partnership, and already there have been so many opportunities to just do great things for kids. So we appreciate your support, of course, and the town board. So thanks for switching things around and making time for us. We'll be very brief, but we did want to come and talk about the May 20th ballot, which of course is the date statewide where voting takes place for school budgets. So there are two propositions on the ballot. The first is Proposition 1, our 25-26 general operating budget. We're proposing a 1.28% tax levy increase. We were able to achieve that through some educationally sound reductions. We are also able to add into the budget a math interventionist position at the K2 school, one at the 3-5 school, and then we're able to implement some other pieces of our strategic plan, Vision 2026. We're looking forward to hiring a work-based learning coach who will be able to build a foundation for some job shadowing and internship opportunities. We want students to have real-world experiences while they're in high school so they can figure out what they are good at and what they might be interested in, what they want to do when they leave Brewster High School, and be able to bring that back and sort of process that with their teachers. We're also going to add to the success of our career and technical education program at the middle school and at the high school by adding a carpentry teacher as well. So these students have been able to do amazing things through just a design approach to problem solving and building with their hands, and we want to be able to have and just continue to build on these multiple pathways for students. In addition to that, we're going to be able to add another section of pre-K on campus. And that's partially offset, or mostly offset, I should say, by funding from the state. So we feel like we're putting forward an educationally sound budget. We're being very good fiscal stewards of taxpayer dollars, and we're thrilled to be able to put forward a really solid budget for next school year, only at a 1.28% tax levy increase. Victor will talk a little bit about Proposition 2, which is a little bit more complicated.
Thank you, Michelle. So this year, we're asking the community to vote on a second proposition. And what this calls for, it's asking the community to allow the district to transfer funds between capital projects. So if you recall, back in March of '23, the community voted and approved 2 separate propositions for a district-wide improvement project at Brewster. The first proposition was those essential items, things that need to get done, critical infrastructure, cafetorium, security vestibule, replacing our turf fields. The second proposition at that time was the creation of a field house and fitness center, and through that addition allowed space to be created for the future STEAM lab, as well as renovations to our ROTC program space. So Proposition 1 projects, or Phase 1 projects, are trending well under budgets. We're very excited about that, on time, under budget. However, our Proposition 2 budget, the Field House and Fitness Center, or Phase 2, is trending to be over budget at this time. So what we're asking is for the community to allow the transfer of savings from Proposition 1, or Phase 1 projects, to be able to be applied to the Phase 2 projects so that we can complete everything that we set out to do, and all the while remain under the total authorization approved by the voters back in March of 2023. Again, it's merely a transfer of funds from one project phase to another. No additional tax levy increase, no additional debt to be issued, no additional use of capital reserve funds. It's merely a transfer. But again, New York State finance law requires that this be put forth to the voters. It's not just a transfer that, you know, a town board could approve on its own, or even the school district on its own. We have to go out to the voters to ask for permission to do this. So that's Proposition 2 on May 20th.
Scott gave us an update on this, so for all the
He did,
people
I
in
was
the room, this was, you split the props so they could be voted on independently, and if it was one prop, you wouldn't have to do this, but that's
Correct.
why you're just having a left pocket, right pocket.
That's exactly
Okay.
correct. And at that time, back in March in '23, we didn't know what the community support would be for capital projects. We knew that we needed to get this certain work done. We had hoped that we could get this additional work done, and we were pleased back in March of '23, the community approved both propositions.
Okay,
Good stuff.
yeah.
Anyone else?
No?
What was the, your tax cap was over 4%, right?
Yeah, our tax cap is 4.15, but our levy 1.28.
Yeah, so, everyone always says when these big projects come in, there'll be tax relief, but historic, you know, you and I have talked about this like years and years ago. It would take the whole 4%, but leaving 3%, should help offset the,
Right,
Or-
and
should allow that growth to impact.
yeah, absolutely. And you'll see that in the tax rate. So that's how you'll actually see the impact of it in the tax rate. And Brewster has been fortunate that this is the 14th year of the tax cap for Brewster. I'm not sure if it's the 15th or 14th for the town, but in 10 of those 14 years, we've been below the tax cap. Obviously, in all 14, we've complied with it. And we've already avoided about $10.5 million of taxes that the cap would have permitted had the district gone to the cap. So we're always mindful of that. And this year is obviously a perfect example of that, staying, you know, at 128 when 415 is the benchmark that's set by the state.
What's enrollment like? Are you seeing a decrease, increase?
Yeah, Brewster's not unlike any other school district in the state.
I heard it was
Enrollment's
trending down.
declining throughout the state. I would say on average, our enrollment's probably declining by about 1% a year.
Okay.
You know, with you know, bumps, like sometimes we'll have an increase, but nothing drastic. On average, I would say our trend line is probably about 1% a year.
What's your average student number per class nowadays?
It depends.
Yeah.
At the K-5 level, and that's actually how we were able to achieve some of the reductions. We have class size guidelines that were set by the board,
Yeah.
and we have, you know, stayed within those. So at the kindergarten level, we're looked to average next year around 17.
Okay.
Moving up into first grade, it's projected, I believe, 21.
Okay. Okay.
And then moving into third and fourth grade, where we have some reductions, we'll be at 22.5 and 24. And then in fifth grade, we'll be around 23.
Those are lower than I remember. so
They're
that's
much
good,
lower,
yeah.
much lower, and we want to keep them there.
Yeah, I
But
know,
still
it's
not
definitely
too low,
beneficial.
right? So it's
Right.
that balance, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Sounds great. Okay,
all right.
May 20th.
You guys-
May
you guys-
20th.
May 20th.
Yes.
You guys are killing it. Usually when people are done talking, I cut you loose, but we're actually gonna talk about something I think you would both be interested in. We had Earth Day last week, and we had Kathy run a little show for us. That was kind of fun for everyone. So I'm gonna let Kathy talk about what we did.
So we reached out to the school district and had grades K through 5 do a little poster contest on what Earth Day meant to them. So this year, we only got 6 submissions, but it was our first year doing it, so I'm hoping next year kids will get excited and do it next year. We were going to do it, one from each grade would win a certificate to a recreation program of $25. We only got 6, so we're going to give all 6 this year, each a $25 one.
So cute.
But these are some of our submissions. This one is, let's see,
Eric's probably mad because I can't turn it straight.
changing it. You keep changing it on
Inside
me.
joke out there.
So this
to
one
read our
right here
emails
is, well, you keep changing it. Fourth
sorry.
grade, that's Natalia in fourth grade.
Do that last one. That one.
This one is Rosaline in third grade.
The internet is very fast here. Come on.
Oh, we got in trouble.
I'll get there.
You broke it.
Oh, no, not yet. I think we're up to this.
I can hold them up.
Maybe it's all the tabs you have open.
Yeah, I guess.
Eric has a lot of persnickety pet peeves.
There we go.
I'm like this
That
everywhere.
one is Lily in fourth grade. Lily in fourth grade.
It's my favorite.
This one is Joseph in third grade. We're holding it the right way.
You are.
This one here is Eleanor. She's in third grade.
And I want to meet,
And the last one,
I want to meet Eleanor because of the sheep. That is just fantastic.
and the last one is Athena, and she's in kindergarten.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
They did some good
So
stuff.
it was really fun, and the parents were very excited when they sent them in, and I'll be reaching out to them all tomorrow and letting them know and how they can get their certificate.
very cute.
So
Thank you.
it was a lot of fun. We also had community service hours, and I had 7 or 8 kids that actually, took the initiative and are getting some hours, so.
And I picked up garbage in the rain.
They did, they picked up garbage in the rain, so I was happy about that.
Great, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Have a
Bye,
good
guys.
week. Get some rest.
Michelle, that sash, I'll be waiting.
Thank
Bye.
you, Kathy. Okay, so we could go right into the next discussion. It's the recommended amendments to local law, chapter 138, regarding philanthropic institutions. So I was kind of reading through this. So basically, we'd like to recommend amendments to the town code regarding these institutions. The proposed amendments would provide clear definitions and special permit criteria for philanthropic institutions. It would also clarify the authority of the zoning board of appeals to issue
Interpretations.
interpretations when a code provision is unclear. The draft local law is attached. So, yeah, I mean, basically, this is a little more protection for us, correct, Will?
It clarifies some of the ambiguities that we perceived in the code as a result of some projects that were coming through the town claiming to be philanthropic institutions when they were just really just not-for-profits doing things that, if it was for-profit, it would really be abhorrent in a residential district. So this is making it more clear that a philanthropic institution is less intense than what people were trying to promote.
Okay, great. Anyone from the board have any?
No, I agree.
All right, so we will move on to our next discussion, which is recreation Tenetta Lake. Got a lot going on. We just transferred some money last week to take care of a few things that we kind of felt were necessary to get done right away. We're gonna have Jarrett from Recreation on top of that next week. Make sure that we get these things rolling, because there's been a little confusion on our part, but we'll get there. He'll get this done for us. You guys got any comments or any more concerns or anything?
Nope.
Go ahead.
I mean, I thought this item was about non-residents, but.
Oh, yeah, no, we can talk that too, yeah, for sure. So that was one of the things that Jared had brought to the board, to allow non-residents to come to the beach during the week. And I think we all kind of are in agreement that that might not be the best thing for us right now. We need to concentrate a little more on our own residents because of all the work we're doing down at the beach. Right, I mean, that's where we're kind of, our heads are.
Yeah, I mean, just speaking for me, I mean, it's a great asset of the town. We just invested in the aeration system. We're investing at the beach, investing in the buildings. I'd like to save it for the residents.
Yeah,
so.
and I think there are more creative ways to increase the numbers Monday through Friday at the
Yeah.
beach. I think, putting a little thought into it, bring those numbers up. Especially when word gets around that the water is,
Clean,
quality
yeah.
has improved over the years.
So, yeah, it's
With
just-
all the work that Eric did last year and getting the filtration system in, I think we're gonna see the numbers increase.
Gonna have a few paddle boats.
I hope so. Locked up well.
Oh,
hope.
know.
They have been stolen. in
Chained
the
up at
past.
night.
Oh, yes, we know.
So I've heard.
Little birdie told us. All right, so we'll go on to our next discussion. It's purchasing for some highway equipment. If I got this correct, Mike came to us to purchase a plow truck that is a fifth of the cost of a new plow truck. They just got a new plow truck, and I saw the truck that Mike is looking at, and you almost can't tell the difference. It's in great shape, but in order to purchase it at the price Mike is looking at, we need to have a intermunicipal agreement with this town, right?
School.
School, yes, school, Greece Central School District. So I told Mike, I think that's fantastic. I don't think anyone from this board will disagree that 1/5 cost of a new plow truck is a bad idea.
No, I think it's a great idea. So this would just replace the new one that
No,
that
no,
we
this-
originally approved.
No, they got that already. This
Oh,
would
they
be
did.
an
This is an
addition.
additional, so like a backup one. I know they're very hard to obtain now, so.
Yeah,
even
so
with-
this whole electric thing is real hard on getting diesel trucks.
Yep.
So, Mike really does a lot of homework, and he's really got this fleet in a good spot. So, yeah, so that's what that is.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I'm good with it.
I'm good.
Thank you. All right, so I'll make a motion to open the regular meeting.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to set a public hearing for May 15th, 2025, amend local law, Chapter 138 regarding philanthropic institutions.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to amend a public hearing date to May 15th, 2025, 39-2- fire alarms required and 39-3 definitions.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we have a few resolutions. Our first resolution is for the audit of the Justice Court records. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Southeast hereby accepts the report of examination of the Town of Southeast Justice Courts for the period ending December 31st, 2024, and certifies that the requirements of Section 2019-A of the Uniform Justice Court Act have been fulfilled, and be it further resolved that the town clerk is directed to enter a copy of this resolution into the minutes of the meeting and to forward a certified copy of the resolution together with a copy of the report dated April 3rd, 2025, to Chief Internal Auditor, New York State Unified Court System, 185 Jordan Road, Suite 1, Troy, New York, 12180, and/or by electronic mail at swinters@newyorkcourts.gov. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Our second resolution is the Boggs Pond Cellular Tower Performance Bond. Now therefore be it resolved that the bond amount shall be established for the project set forth below to be constructed on the subject premises. Project name, Boggs Pond Cell Tower, 212 Federal Hill Road. Bond amount, site improvements, $40,000. Erosion and sediment, $7,900. Cell tower restoration bond code section 138-55.1G, $47,610. And be it resolved that no building permits shall be issued until the appropriate security and fees have been paid. And be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution shall be transmitted by the town clerk to the planning board secretary and building inspector forthwith. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So that's good news for a cell tower out in the middle of the woods. Our next resolution is another bond, 11 Sodom Lane North Performance Bond. Now therefore be it resolved that the bond amount shall be established for the project set forth below to be constructed on the subject premise. Project name, 11 Sodom Lane North. Bid amount, site improvements, $51,000. Erosion and sediment, $5,900. And be it further resolved that no building permits shall be issued until the appropriate security and fees have been paid. And be it resolved that a certified copy of this resolution shall be transmitted by the town clerk to the planning board and building inspector forthwith. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next resolution is acceptance to offer a dedication Stone Hollow Drive from Knoll Ridge Court to Stable View Lane and Ledge View Court. Now therefore be it resolved, the supervisor of the town of Southeast is hereby authorized to accept the deed or deeds dedicating and releasing the necessary lands for the road known as Stone Hollow Drive up to and include Knoll Ridge Court, and cause same to be recorded in the Putnam County's clerk office in connection with the residential development known as Fortune Ridge Estates, upon the developer having fulfilled the following terms and conditions. Number one, the road shall be completed in accordance with all other town highway road construction specifications and in a manner satisfactory to the town's consulting engineers and the town highway superintendent, including, but not limited to, erecting a sign on Stone Hollow Road at the designated dedication terminus, therefore, which reads, town maintenance of road ends, together with construction of a barrier or similar movable obstruction at the point to inhibit passage of traffic beyond the point where dedication ends. Number two, the developer shall provide a deed or deeds of dedication for all portions of such road being dedicated to the town, necessary to convey free, simple title and to the lands underneath the road to the town of Southeast, free and clear of all liens or encumbrances except for utility easements. Number 3, the developer should provide the town with a necessary and proper easements, if any, across adjoining lands for the purpose of drainage or discharge of stormwater from the dedicated portion of the road over such adjoining lands. Number 4, the developer shall provide a title insurance policy by a company which is a member of the New York State Board of Title Underwriters in good standing, ensuring the town's fee simple title in and to such road as described in the deed of dedication in the amount of $10,000. Number 5, the developer and the town shall execute an agreement in form and substance satisfactory to the town attorney wherein a portion of the developer's security deposit performance security in the amount of $286,621.25 shall be held until the issuance of the last certificate of occupancy on the northerly portion of the subdivision, and earmarked for the use in repaving and reconstruction of the road caused in whole or in part by the movement of heavy equipment over so much of the road being dedicated. And it is further resolved that upon compliance with the foregoing conditions and in accordance with the provisions of Section 172 of the Highway Law of the State of New York, consent is hereby given that the highway superintendent of the town of Southeast make an order laying out the aforesaid town highway. The town highway to consist of the lands described in the deed of dedication. And it is further resolved that upon completion with an aforesaid conditions and upon posting the appropriate maintenance bond, the town clerk is authorized to record the deed or deeds of dedication in the Putnam County Clerk's office. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I didn't want to have to read that one again. Our 5th resolution is an update to the 2025 Town of Southeast fee schedule. Now therefore be it resolved that the following additions and amendments to the 2023 fee schedule are approved. Will, should that be 2025?
Which one are we doing?
Number 5, update of the 2025 Town of Southeast fee schedule.
Here.
First line says the following additions and amendments to the 2023. That should be 2025, correct?
Yes.
I'm thinking you're right. I
Yeah.
just want to make
It's
sure.
right here.
Too much backup page. Yes.
Okay. So then therefore be it resolved that the following additions and amendments to the 2025 fee schedule are hereby approved. Add floodplain development permit fee $100. Add floodplain certificate fee $55.
$55. 55.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what he said.
And be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Our next resolution is the purchase of highway equipment. Now therefore be it resolved that the town highway superintendent is authorized to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the Greece Central School District for the purchase of a 2017 Peterbilt plow truck for the amount not to exceed $50,000. And be it further resolved that if the Southeast Superintendent of Highways requires any additional funds above the amount allotted, he will need further authorization by the town board to make such expenditure. And be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Excuse me. Our next resolution is the appointment of the town's consulting engineer. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Southeast accepts the proposal of Han Engineering and hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute a professional services contract with Han Engineering for such services for a 5-year period to commence on execution of contract agreement for, and containing the option to extend such contract for additional 1-year periods not to exceed 2 1-year extensions. And be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I would like to make a motion to waive the rules to add a resolution.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So this resolution, if anyone wants to discuss, you can do that. It's a memorialization, the Putnam County Legislature to extend a 1% sales tax county increase, or not increase, just to extend the 1% to keep the percentage at 4%. Does anyone want to talk about it, or we just go right to the resolution?
Did you make a motion? Somebody should second it, and then you can discuss it if you want.
Okay, I'll make a motion to discuss this resolution.
Well, you'll just make a motion for the resolution.
Oh, okay.
And then,
I'll make a motion to
Move the resolution.
move the resolution.
second.
All in favor?
Well, Or you
Then you can
call
say
it.
it.
Now you
can-
discuss.
Okay,
you
I'm
can have-
sorry.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to discuss
No.
further?
We've discussed it a
All right,
lot.
we'll get right into it. Now therefore, be it resolved, the town of Southeast shall take whatever action necessary to support the New York State's legislators' authorization, the 1% county sales tax extender, and be it further resolved that the town of Southeast urges the Putnam County legislation to call a special meeting to consider and adopt the resolutions proposed by the county executive in conjunction with the towns and villages of Putnam County, with a modification to provide sharing 15% of the 1% sales tax extension, rather than the original proposed 1/9. And be it further resolved that the town of Southeast urges the Putnam County legislator to call a special meeting to consider and adopt a resolution to establish a county fund balance sharing program in the amount of $5 million in the year 2025, in conjunction with the towns and the villages of Putnam County. And be it further resolved, the town of Southeast shall take whatever action necessary to support and effectuate the sales tax sharing and fund balance sharing programs to be allocated to the town, village, according to the population, with every town and village to receive a minimum of 50,000, including but not limited to passing any necessary resolutions, entering into any appropriate agreements with the county with such terms as enumerated herein and any other set forth by the county, and/or providing the county with the necessary information. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Discussion real quick.
Oh, yeah.
For this, for the 5 million, there was some discussion on whether or not the towns would be able to identify projects, come up with estimates, so that they could be approved by the county legislature if they were to do this and be able to pay it by the end of the year. So I think we talked to Mike, and I think we have plenty of projects, so maybe we can, when we send this, if we can include maybe 1 or 2, or maybe over the next week or something, we could discuss and come up with something to send them to show that we're ready.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Mike's
Yes.
got him right in the holster.
Yeah, the last share was 16%, so assuming the math is still 16%, that could be $800,000, so.
A big project.
So, yeah, let's submit a project that's a little over that, and it'll be good.
Okay. Excellent. Good, sounds good.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys. All right, so our next item would be new business. Does anyone have new business? All right. So what we'll do is we'll open comment to the public, if anyone would like to come up and say hello. Good evening, sir.
Scott Simonton, Southeast, also here from the Board of Education. First, I would like to thank Supervisor Durante and the board for letting Dr. Gosh and Mr. Carlson make a presentation. We always appreciate any assistance we can get from the town and putting out in pamphlets any information. We would ask that if anybody knows of a spot where they might want pamphlets, or if there's anybody knows of a business that is willing to put stuff out, to please let us know, and we will make sure to get information out to them. Just a couple. Next week, in combination with the Putnam County, there will be a Putnam County Children's Mental Health presentation at the high school.
Right?
It's on the 7th. I believe it's from 6 to 8. Right now, it's scheduled for the ILC, but it might be moved because there are a large number of people that are interested, so we might have to move the location. But this is in tandem with the county. This is a great availability of information. It's following up on a meeting they had with SEPTA, where people reached out to the county and they were overwhelmed by the response, and also we were overwhelmed by the amount of information and resources available through the county. So that is the one item that's coming up next week. And we're also having one more community information session on Proposition 2, because as it seems, that seems to be the more complicated issue with people, and that the 1.28, it's the transfer of the money. It's confusing, so that's why we're having additional information, pamphlets and all. And that'll be, you can schedule that through the school. We did an earlier one during the day, and I believe there was nobody on that one. So obviously people are not concerned. It's such a great program and they're not worried. So, but as always, we thank you for your work. If there's anything we can do, please let us know, and remember to vote on the 20th.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Scott.
Anyone else from the public? All right, so we'll go to any board comments. I actually have one. If any seniors are watching, next Wednesday is the Lakeview Manor Senior Group's final meeting of the year. And I was at a supervisors meeting a couple of days ago, and the senior resource person, Marlene, was there and basically went through their program. So if you guys need any services, go to the meeting next week. They'll be there to talk. I was actually very surprised at some of the things they offer. They offer like an elder lawyer. They offer rides to appointments. It's pretty intense what they do. So if you guys are listening and you have nothing to do next Wednesday at 12, come down to Lakeview Manor, and hopefully you'll learn something that you can get from them. Other than that, anyone else?
They actually send, each month, they send my office updates on what they have to offer, their calendar, everything that they have going on. We put it out on the bulletin board, and I also make copies and give them to the seniors. So they're really very helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I was amazed at some of the
Yeah.
stuff they were talking about.
But you're saying the woman from the county is gonna be at Lakeview?
Yes, I asked her to come down
Awesome.
because, you know, I don't know how many of our seniors know what they offer.
Yeah.
So give them a shot, you know.
One quick thing, there's a friend of mine that wants to donate to, I think they're 70 or 75 inch. They're like smart boards, but they're newer. You know, the ones at Lakeview that there's
Yeah,
four of them
the
sitting on the
way a
wall?
ton.
Yeah, so these come on an A-frame, and you could wheel them around like that, but it's mostly screen. So he wanted to donate those to the town. I was thinking maybe we could put one here and maybe one at Lakeview or wherever. You guys
Yeah.
good with that?
If
Yeah,
they
that
work,
sounds
yeah,
great.
why not? We
I
take
guess
whatever.
I think we'll need Jared or somebody to go to Armonk to pick them up, though.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll let him know.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Kathy, for the Earth Day thing. That's pretty wild. I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.